Hi everyone, thank you so much for your comments and your support. I really appreciate it. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can add your birthmarks, beauty marks, or these other unique features that we have so we can personalize even more our Bitmojis, okay? I hope you like the video and I hope you find it useful. I use Adobe Illustrator, but I found a way to do it with Google Drawings. So you have to open your Google Drive and where it says More, find Google Drawings, and this automatically opens this white space. Now, I know we all have our Bitmojis configured in our cell phone, and this time I'm using the Bitmoji Chrome extension. And what you basically want to do is just find the Bitmoji that you want to personalize and drag it to the canvas, okay? Most of these images have a lot of empty space around them, so what I recommend you to do is to double click and crop that excess and then resize the Bitmoji so it fits the canvas. Or you can also drag the lower right corner so it fits the size of your Bitmoji. This helps a lot when downloading your image so it doesn't have a lot of that empty space. What we have to do next is to drag the picture that we're going to use as a reference for our birthmark. Mine has a very specific shape, so I have to trace it. But if you have freckles or other birthmark that is more kind of generic, then you can find it on the internet, which I'm going to explain you later. You can adjust the zoom level so that we can see the details of the birthmark better. As you can see, my birthmark reaches all the way to the edge of my eye and the corner of my lips as well. So I have like many details to do. The good thing about this is that we're creating a template, so we only have to do this once and save it so we can personalize the rest of our Bitmojis. So let's start tracing it. We are going to use the curve tool that you can find in the tools bar, and just click on it. And what I'm going to do next is, as you can see, I'm creating points. I'm clicking. In graphic design, we know this as anchor points or nodes. So every time I click, I'm creating one of these points that I'm going to show you later how we are going to use those, okay? So make sure you add enough of these anchor points. When you reach the end of a shape, you have to make sure it closes and it actually converts it into a shape like this with a stroke and a fill, okay? That's very important. Remember, you can adjust the zoom level so you can take a better look at the details and continue creating all these shapes. After you have all your shapes, what we want to do is to create a group. So I'm going to press Shift and hold it and then click on each one of the elements of my entire birthmark so I can create a group and edit them together. So once you have selected them all, do right click and group it, which in a Mac is Command Option G or in Windows is Control Alt G. Now let's add some color. The style of the Bitmoji keeps all the black strokes, but in my case I don't like the way it looks, so I'm just going to click where it says transparent in the stroke, and then I'm going to go to the paint bucket and click in custom to open the fill properties, and I'm going to pick up a dark brown color, and where it says transparency, this is what does the trick. You may want to decrease the transparency a lot, like less than 50%, and then click OK. And as you can see, I already have my birthmark in there. Then I am going to get rid of the original. I don't need it anymore because I already have my birthmark in there, and I recommend you to keep a copy. So put it on the side and press Alt and drag, or just copy paste it. Bring it back to the inside of your canvas and put it in front of your Bitmoji. Okay, I'm going to resize the canvas because when I download it, I don't want that excess of space. And then I'm going to bring my birthmark in here, and then I am going to make it fit. Okay, I'm going to resize it, and I'm going to rotate it if I need to. And I'm just going to try to place it accordingly to the Bitmoji. Yes, it takes some time, it takes a while, but honestly my Bitmoji wouldn't be the same without my birthmark. It was very important for me to have it there. So remember the notes that we were creating at the beginning. If we have excess of shape, those notes are going to help us now. So you have to double click to activate the shape, and using those anchor points or notes, you can resize and make the shape to fit in your Bitmoji even more, okay? So take your time to adjust the notes. Remember, in the Bitmojis we have a lot of different positions. Sometimes the faces are looking up or down or right or left. So using these notes is really helpful. So once we're happy with the shapes, remember that all of our birthmarks are different. So you can experiment with the transparency to make it more intense depending on the color. You can also change the color. We know there are some red or kind of pink birthmarks, and just adjust this according to who you are. Now, if you don't want to trace your birthmark, maybe it's something more generic, you can find a lot of PNGs on Google. So right now I'm searching for freckles, and I added the PNG because I want them to be transparent. Some of them are not. If you immediately see the squares, that means they're not a PNG. You have to click on them and wait for those squares to appear. And then I'm just going to copy the image and paste it in Google Drawings. As you can see, this one has a lot of empty space around it, so I'm just going to crop it so I can resize it and try to make it fit into my face. So once we have the image in the position we want and we have resized it, we can go to Format Options and open the Adjustment Settings. So we can increase or decrease the transparency of the image. We can also change the brightness or the contrast. And also we can recolor that image, okay? Maybe your freckles are more reddish, or you can just have fun and change them into purple, like in this one, okay? We have no limits for our birthmarks. So once we're done with our Bitmoji, we have to download it as a PNG. I recommend you to change the name of this Google Drawing file because this is the template, and we are going to use this to keep personalizing our Bitmojis. Then I'm going to go here to my Google Drive. As you can see, I already have my template in there. And what I want to do next is just, I'm going to save the PNG that I created into my drive, because this is where I work when I create my Bitmoji classrooms, okay? This way they are personalized and ready to be placed anywhere we want to. And if we want to customize another one, we just open the template, drag it from the Bitmoji extension, and do the process all over again, okay? I hope you liked the video. I want to thank you again for your comments and your love. Let's embrace what makes us unique, beautiful, and all these amazing features that are part of our identity. If you want to share your images with me, I'd be happy to see them. Thank you so much, and take care.